Hi, my name's Jen. Welcome to my channel, All My Plants. Today we're going to do a collection walkthrough and kind of some updates. Things aren't so bad. I think last video, maybe even the last two videos, I'm not sure, I was freaking out about my philodendrons. A lot of my philodendrons had a fungal or bacterial issue, and it just wasn't great. You'll see some holes. There's a lot more room in my plant collection currently, and it's actually okay. I'm not as upset about it as I thought I would be. I mean, I'm not thrilled about it. I had those philodendrons because I liked those philodendrons, but here we are. I'm not really trying to replace any plants at the moment, and it's mostly because I want to be sure that I've got a handle on whatever was going on. I realized I didn't show you what it looked like. I'll show you some pictures up here while I'm talking. It just wasn't ideal, and whatever that was, it continued until some of the plants, there just was nothing left for me to really work with. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm moving forward. I've done a soil drench on a lot of my plants, philodendron, monstera, everything, with, it's actually like a natural fungicide, supposedly. Controls insects, mites, and diseases, it says. And the active ingredients are thyme oil, rosemary oil, clove oil, and peppermint oil. I don't know. I just tried it. This is the second or third jug of this I've gone through. This seems like a pretty good sized bottle, but it only makes 3 gallons. And when you have hundreds and hundreds of plants and you're really trying to drench the soil of every single one until it runs through, it doesn't go far. So that's what I've done to try to combat that problem from spreading, continuing. I really feel like it was something with the soil that I used. I don't know if I mentioned that. But I had some soil that I had mixed up, and like you look for the common denominator, like how did it get on this plant, this plant, this plant. And I'm sure I spread it around a little bit just by handling the plants. But I also think that it may have originated from that soil. That was the common denominator on the plants that had it the earliest. So maybe it was something fungal. I don't know. Maybe it was something bacterial in the soil. I don't know. But either way, what I did with that soil is I bagged it up. It was about half a bin left. Maybe not even that. But I bagged it up and got rid of it that way rather than taking it and composting it, because I don't know what that was. I don't want it blowing around in the air. I don't want it, back near my other plants that are outside. You'll actually see some of them that I have planted in the ground anyway. Briefly, I know it's not the most exciting, but for me it was kind of exciting today. Just because I noticed a plant that I wasn't expecting to see out there. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started, I guess. We'll start in here because it's cooler in here. I've got the air conditioner on. I'm sorry if it sounds like a wind tunnel. But yeah, I'll give you kind of a look around because I had to basically empty this room. I didn't have to, I suppose, but I did empty this room. Swept everything really good, vacuumed really good. I was trying to get rid of the ceiling bugs. I joke and say that they're ceiling thrips. It's some sort of little gnat or something that's drawn to the heat from the lights. But anyway, so I tried to get rid of those. Also, I had a lot of spider mites, and I don't know if they were falling off of plants or what. So we just cleaned really thoroughly in here. I actually used that same soil drench, that fungus, natural solution, maybe, and kind of wiped everything down with it as well. So it smells kind of minty fresh up here. It smells like herbs. It smells like herbs. But yeah, so things got moved around a lot. So I've moved the couch down to that end because, where's my dog going to lay if I don't leave the couch there for him? I got a fan there. There's a light on the ceiling up there. Not that there's many plants over there to enjoy it, but it's just a regular shop light. Got some monsteras over there. Fuzzy petiole. I've moved this table. That's one of 2 windows in this room. The air conditioner, the little bitty thing that it is down there in that window. It doesn't seem to be bothering these plants, so that's good. The table kind of butts up over top of it, so that the cool air blows out from underneath. My counter is kind of jammed in that corner now. I just needed the floor space to walk back and forth. So that's where that lives now. That shelf is still there in front of that window. Everything back in this corner is kind of pretty much the same. But I just kind of moved everything around and then put everything back mostly where it was. My nightmare cart there, I really need to do something with that. And then that shelf. Yes, I still have not painted that door or hung up that mirror. I'll get around to it eventually, maybe. But yeah, so that's kind of the overview of what's going on in here, where everything's been shuffled to. Now let's look at some plants. I'll start over here since I was just talking about this Monstera. Like I said, pardon the mess, I've kind of really been shuffling things around here. This was one of 2 top cuts of the Monstera aurea. And I think I did this maybe November that I cut it. It was 3 leaves, and I just plunked it in a bucket to root. And they did okay. I just potted them up, I don't know, a couple months back now, I guess, I'm not sure. But it finally spit out a leaf, and of course, it is all green. It's all green, and much smaller than what I was getting there. I mean, for comparison, that's a bean bag, like a regular sized bean bag, and that's that leaf. I mean, that's a big leaf. It's a nice leaf. But yeah, so, and the other one did the same exact thing. This one, every leaf was variegated, till I cut it, of course. And I wouldn't have expected that with a top cut, but that's what happened. So we're just waiting and seeing. Either way, I still love this plant. Behind it, kind of jammed next to the trash can, forgive me, is a philodendron fuzzy petiole. I've got that on a pole. This is its newest leaf currently. It's working on another one back there. It's shooting straight into the wall for some reason. I couldn't tell you. This plant just twists all over the place looking for light. It's not going to find it back there. Up here by the window, right above the air conditioner, that is Hoya lacanosa silver mint, something like that, which it's doing okay. This one here was tanking pretty bad. I think I've got it under control now. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. It has had some new growth. Not there. But this particular piece anyway is doing well. That's the new lipstick plant, variegated lipstick plant. Sorry, we're backlit. But it's lovely. It's doing okay. It's not hating life near the air conditioner yet. There's my little raven sun catcher I've stuck up there. That's cute. This here, and it's in Leca, is a, I think, reverted Monstera albo. It's mostly reverted. I understand we're backlit here and you can't really see much, but it's got the smallest bits of variegation, and then one's doing that thing where it'll give you an all white leaf, and then an all green leaf, an all white leaf, and then an all green leaf. That one has a white margin. You can kind of see it there. But yeah, so it's just chilling there. I'm probably going to plant it outside in the yard. You know, I'd say it's where plants go to die, which may or may not be true. A huge mess up here right now. They're plants that I may have been working with recently, I think. Except for this Billietier, it's just here. I'm going to repot it again. I just repotted it, but I can't remember if I used that soil that I'm suspicious of. I don't think I did. And the plant, like, it looks okay. I mean, it's got some water spots on it. But I am paranoid. I will not even... Oop, there we go. I will not even try to lie to you. I'm paranoid. Let me move it out of the way for the moment. Like, honestly, whatever's going on with my plants recently has traumatized me. So these are 2 of the Monstera constellations I have, and I put them together recently because they're both kind of small, and I figure they'll look nice together. The one has a little bit lower variegation than the other, and it's all right. It's okay. I like them both. Like, that's a really nice leaf right there. I really like the marbling, I guess, on that one. And it's coming off the one that's slightly higher variegated, but like the other one for comparison. But it still has variegation and dust. Forgive the dust. But it's just not as splattery, or not quite as much sectoral, which I guess is good, because sectoral, you know, it likes to do that thing. But yeah, so I just jammed them in the pot together the other day. They both had roots coming out of the bottom, so they needed a repot. one of the calathea that I converted to pawn. It's doing pretty good. When I can keep the spider mites off of it, it's really good. Seems like it always has spider mites. Actually, they've been a lot better lately. They really have. This one just rooted really well and took to it pretty good. You can still see some older leaves left, but a lot of this is new growth at this point. And it looks pretty decent. Like, I'm not mad about it. Like, that's new. Look how nice that is. Pretty, pretty. This is a Monstera that I cut recently. It had some browning, of course, on some of the yellow, but Monstera aurea, and I cut this recently, so it's just kind of sitting here chilling till it starts to grow again. It's been a few weeks, maybe. I don't know, but I'll just wait. That's one of my Hoya Imperialis red flower. It's doing really good. It's in Leca. I potted that up a little while ago. It's constantly got new growth right now, it seems like. So I'm happy for that. Those are the Temu bulbs in that lamp, and they seem to be doing okay. I think they were about 300 foot candles higher than the other bulbs. I did forget to mention that then, but anyway. Mystery Hoya in the cloche. Hoya Nicholsoniae New Guinea Ghost, trying to reroot that. I just stuck it in pawn a couple days ago. Bunch of cuttings, some of which don't look so great. I see some yellow in there. I actually forgot to fill one of those with water when I stuck them in there, so I was doing really, really fantastic that day, let me tell you. I guess we'll come over here next to my funky door. That's my Melanochrysum. It is still with us. I had cut it, and that's the newest leaf it's putting out there. I cut it because it was giving me really hideous growth, and it was off the top of that pole already. So, and it's got some issues, mostly spider mites have been the issue, but at least it's not rotting, I guess. Yay. Hoya navawanensis down there, whoops, that I recently repotted. It was just drying too fast. It was just drying too fast, which it feels better already, and it's only been in here a couple days. It's really dirty. But yeah, it's doing all right. We like it. Some of the new plants I just got, the Paulownia, the variegated Frydek is doing good. Doing really nice. I think that's the newest leaf right there. Sexy. The little baby still in there hanging on. It's got some light variegation on it. We'll see. I haven't messed with it. It came like that, and I've left it like that. So, some pink princess propagations that are going nuts. They're just in. Oops, I'm sorry. I am the worst camera person. They're in pawn as well, but they're doing all right. Check this out. Isn't he cute? He, she. I don't know if it's eating anything, but there's a few in here right now. So I've just let them go. I'm leaving them alone. Let them go off. This is the Epipremnum skeleton key that I still have not done anything with. Still have not propagated it or tried to get it on a pole, and now it's like, I don't know, 3 feet long. It's going down the side there. I've really got to get on the ball. It is nice though. It's nice, even just as a trailing plant. I hear they can be a bit of a pain to keep on a pole. Like, they're a little meaty. This was the Hoya, I think it's Sergoensis. That's just from being in the shade. That's why it's got a lighter color. But that's a nice leaf. Like, wow, it's a big old Hoya leaf. It has suddenly stopped growing. And this came with the batch of plants that seem to all have mealybugs. Root mealies, rather. And I haven't pulled that back out of there to check. I just keep topping it up. But I'm pretty sure something's going on. I'm going to end up propagating every single Hoya that came from this batch, rather than try to get rid of the root mealies. I'm just going to cut off the roots. So, and hope for the best, I guess. But I mean, the plant's doing okay otherwise. I think it's dropped 2 leaves, which, you know, it will if somebody's eating the roots. So we're not surprised. But other than that, it's hanging in there and waiting for me to get around to to helping it. This is the monstera that I cut from the other one that I showed you. This is actually for someone, that's why I cut it. Let me show you over here. So this is the top cut of that Monstera aurea, which I know it looks sad, but I just cut half the plant off. It's fine. This one here had some browning of the sectoral variegation as well, unfortunately, which sucks because this is a gift, but or well, a trade. I gave somebody one and it instantly reverted on her. I just cut it not that long ago and like the roots have gone crazy. I've got to get that switched to moss. I'm going to switch it to moss and then I'll let it settle a couple days. I'll probably send it out beginning of next week. So don't worry, if you're watching, I'll message you before I shove it in the mail so you know, know when to expect it. Make sure you're around to collect it. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I'm happy. I'm happy. I hope she's happy. Yeah, hers like instantly reverted as soon as I sent it, the original cutting. And sorry about that. I had a couple do it to me too, obviously. I'm looking at you. And then this is another Monstera aurea. They're kind of everywhere. That's a nice leaf, even though it's browning in one of the big yellow spots. That one did it too. It's just a thing with variegated plants, I guess, but it's looking pretty good otherwise. Beneath it, this is another Monstera that we thought had reverted to green because the first two leaves were in fact all green. They were in fact all green, and then it spit this one out. So I don't know, go figure. Go figure. You can see part of its big chunk still down in there. Still in there. I never talk about this plant, but it's so weird and I kind of love it. That's Homolocladium platycladium, also known as the tapeworm plant. It kind of just looks like any, at this size anyway, it just looks like any maybe jungle cactus. It feels like a jungle cactus. I kind of treat it like a jungle cactus. Maybe give it slightly less water than I do my jungle cactus. But you can see how it grows there. It shoots off these little paddles kind of everywhere. You can see some little bitty ones forming on this one. It's a very weird plant, and I didn't know much about it when I first got it. I've had it for, I don't know, 6 months or something. But anyway, I didn't know much about it, and I finally looked it up, and apparently it's like a shrub. It grows like a shrub, like a little bush, like a succulent bush. And I'm mind blown. I kind of like it. I don't know. I really hope that I can keep it alive long enough to actually see it do its little shrub bush thing. We'll see. One of the Syngonium pink spot tricolor or whatever they are, I'm really not sure. They kind of all look the same to me. Pink spot, red spot. You can tell me what the difference is if you know it, but they all look the same to me. I don't know if it's actually different or not. But anyway, I just recently put it in leca. I pulled it out of the leca it was in and put it in new leca rather, because it was in a jar. It was in a jar and I wasn't loving the jar. So now we're in a pot. The alocasias are doing pretty good. This is what? Tigrina? Yeah, that's one of the newer leaves. There's 2 in this pot. That's another new leaf there. We can focus. It's doing pretty good. I think the guy beneath it is Bisma platinum, and you'll notice this yellowing on some of them. I'm not really freaking out about that. They're in soil, and I think what I did was maybe burnt the crap out of them with some fertilizer. I think I overdid it because I had some other plants that I watered that day look the same way. It just wasn't paying attention. So yeah, actually I think what it was is not that I used too much fertilizer necessarily, but I think I used 2 different types of fertilizer, and one of them like they had the same amount of nitrogen in it or something, so I like really dosed the plants with nitrogen. It seems like only the alocasia got angry about it though. Here lower, that's Maranta silver band. It's doing really, really well considering I've had it a month or 2, I'm not sure really. But when I got it, it was in soil. I've converted it to pond. It's in pond. it had no roots. It was on the half-dead rack at Lowe's, you know, and it was, you know, all curled up, and it just kind of looked really bad. So I brought it home. I was like, yeah, I can fix this. It's fine. It wasn't infested with spider mites or anything. So I brought it home, and I was like, okay, let's, you know, see what's going on here. Well, I was going to put it in like just new soil, fresh soil, because I did put it right back in the same pot, just like I said. It's in pond now because it had no roots, none. No wonder it didn't look good. But yeah, it's put out new growth. It just got done blooming pretty profusely. Sorry I missed that, but yeah. It's putting out a mix of leaves. Some of them I'm getting very small leaves. Some of them have put out much larger leaves. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe it's just I missed a feeding or two. But yeah, either way, I really like that one. It's been very well behaved. Has spider mites pretty frequently, but it doesn't instantly tank. As long as I'm paying attention and I, you know, treat it fast enough, it's all right. Down here, these are the Hoyas that I recently chopped up because they had root mealybugs. They were in perlite propagations, but I recently potted them up. I put them in pond. That's panchoy here. And then over there, that's supposed to be the intervariegated obovata. Yes, which it has very slight variegation, if any. But it is nice and splashy, so... and it has new growth, so we're hoping. Crossing our fingers. Maybe we won't have any more problems with those Hoya. I don't know. I'm not going to hold my breath or anything. That is my Alocasia Black Velvet. It was covered in spider mites. I just showed it not that long ago in my Alocasia tour, and it definitely had spider mites then, but it got worse. So I cut all those leaves off, and I treated what was left, and now I've pulled it out of soil and put it in pond. So those were two. I mean, I think there was like 5 or 6 in that pot. So those were 2. They have some leaves. These ones here in this water, it's the same thing. Like, look at the damage. Ugh. They just didn't have much roots, so they're chilling in there, and I'll probably put those back in soil once they get going again. There's a couple of them in there. Back behind this guy, that's Hilo Beauty, Alocasia or Colocasia Hilo Beauty. It was doing fine. There wasn't anything wrong with it, but I did chop it up or not chop it up, break it up, and I put it in pond. There is some leca on top, but it's mainly pond. The original leaves that I put it in here with died, obviously. But it had new growth pretty instantly. Like you can see, it's grown profusely, considering that each one only had like 1 leaf. Now, let's see, there's 4 or 5 in there, and every one has at least 2 leaves. So that's good. That's good. I like it. This Mycolitiana, I almost forgot. I recently converted this as well. The original leaves died off, but both have put out a new leaf now, and this one's working on its 2nd new leaf. So it did throw a little bit of a fit, but it's coming back. So yay for that. This guy here is the Mayoi. It's still on a stick. I still need to propagate it so I can actually put some on a pole. I did finally get rid of the spider mites on it. It's looking nice and shiny and sexy right now. Yeah. And it's a tough plant. It really is. I mean, obviously, it's been infested with spider mites. I forgot about it for quite a while. I don't water it as much as I should, but like, this plant deserves a lot more from me because it has really never asked me for much of anything. So it's a good plant. I almost forgot. I cut the Matilde at the same time. I guess it's Matilde Splash or something like that. I cut it at the same time that I cut the other root mealy plants, the obovata and the panchoy. And it's still here. There's more of it somewhere. I don't know where I repotted the rest of it. Oh, in a cup, but that's what I had. So they're both back in pond, but I can see new growth on them, so, you know, cross your fingers, I guess. Then this looks really dark. I swear it's not that dark, but it's just a calathea. I don't know what kind. this kind that's rehabbing up here. Pedatum that I have rooting in some water. It was just looking pretty rough on the pole. So it's re-rooting. Bipenifolium up here that I recently potted up, finally, in Leca. The tripartitum still, this yellow leaf is just yellow because it's old. It's very old. So, but other than that, that plant's still fine. Still doing its thing up there. Another reverted Monstera aurea up here. The other part of the Hoya lacanosa silver mint, it is angry. This dried out completely. Sorry, I realize we're backlit and you can't see it. There we go. There's some of the leaves. It's okay. It's just got to kind of rehab now because I think I really roasted the roots when I let it dry. The UPI I got in a trade not too long ago, pardon the dead bug or whatever that was. This is its third leaf it's working on already. So it's kicking butt. Still has the leaf she sent it with. Kicking butt. I really like it. This is, I think, the current newest leaf. It's very pretty. Some other little propagations down there. This is my reverted Adansonii, variegated Adansonii. There's some more of it. Not looking great. That was the Lechleriana, Monstera Lechleriana variegated. Some more of the Adansonii over there. That's a little bitty El Choco. Florida Beauty baby, grown from a node. It's so cute. More Pink Princess. It's kind of doing the tissue culture thing where it just like overgrows to the point where everything dies. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. The Alocasia cuprea, it's slowed down growing like very suddenly, very quickly. It might actually need an up pot. I just haven't dug around in there. I know roots are coming out of the net pot, but like as far as how full the pot itself is, I couldn't tell you. I haven't dug around in there and looked, but it's in pawn. Pretty happy. I mean, it is putting out a new leaf, but it's just significantly slowed down. So I don't know. Another El Choco. This one has had pests. It's had some serious pesty issues, but other than that, it's all right. Here's a Hoya I got from Miles. I can never remember the name, but it's doing really well. Really well. He sent me some lovely cuttings, and they rooted up and started putting out new leaves pretty quick. Like, it's got new growth kind of constantly. Can you see some of the roots in there? Maybe. They're kind of dark, but they're in there. They're in there. It probably needs an up pot already, actually. It dries really quick. So, I love this plant. I love it. Thank you, Miles. I just got this one, Alocasia heterophylla. It's finally trying to put out a new leaf. The Pharaoh's mask, it's not loving it indoors at all. I need to take it outside. It hates it. Like, it put out this little crispy thing here. It's trying there. It's stuck. I don't know. It hates everything. I get it. I get it. I will help you. Just hang in there. Hang in there. The oxalis, purple shamrock. What is that called? Quadrangulars? Triangulars? Some sort of oxalis that I can't remember the name of. I mowed it down because it was looking pretty bad, and it's coming back slowly but surely. I also gave it some fresh soil, so it's working on it. This one is better variegated than the ones that are outside. Paraiso Verde. This one has a little bit of Paraiso, but it's still mostly Verde. Still mostly Verde. I don't know why I keep messing with that plant. I can't tell you. I have no answer for myself. Back behind this guy here, that's Gigas, Philodendron Gigas. There's 2 cuttings in there. They're putting out new leaves. My little Tortum still hanging in there. It's actually giving me another new leaf. You can kind of see it still curled up there a little bit. Yeah, Tortum maybe we'll get it growing, I hope. I've struggled with that plant a bit. It just didn't come healthy. This is about the healthiest it's ever been, so we'll see. Then down here, it's a Hoya Wonderland. No, not quite. Fitchii back there, I'm getting ready to chop that to pieces. It has stopped growing and it looks dull and unhappy. It definitely has some sort of issue. We're not loving it. The Hoya Meredithii, I recently got this one. Thank you, Sherry. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. We traded. I love it. That's the second leaf it's put out with me. This was the first. It is stunning. Stunning. That is my Hoya Croniana Black. It's coming back, has new growth kind of everywhere. I had chopped it up, I don't know, a couple months ago. It just wasn't looking great. So, and yeah, now it's looking a lot better. Humble opinion, even chopped up. String of pearls in there, variegated string of pearls. That under there, that guy there, that's another Hoya, or not a Hoya, I'm sorry, a Philodendron Florida Beauty. It's getting ready to put out its second leaf. It's just chilling in leca. Kind of gross leca, but nevertheless. Hoya Wilbur Graves back there. It's doing okay. It was just a tendril that I cut off and rooted. So all 4 of those leaves are new leaves. So yay for that. One of my Haworthia back there just wants to keep flowering. They're dying off now, but yeah, it just kind of flowers constantly. I can't remember the name of this particular Haworthia, but I like it. That's got to be a chunk of something. Oh, with a Cupria, more Alocasia Cupria, which it's rooted, but I don't see anything coming up yet, so I'll just wait longer, I guess. This one here, I chopped this one, gosh, a while ago. It was still cold, so over the winter. It was looking terrible. It was looking terrible. This is the plant that I stuck in hot water. And it's been slow to get going, don't get me wrong, but there's 3 or 4 pots of it around now. And they're all showing new growth, finally. I don't know what this Hoya is. It does have a little bit of texture. Maybe you can see it. For the longest time, I thought it was a Carnosa type. Someone else said no, it's fungi. And someone recently told me that it was Crassipediolata. So I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I've never been able to get it to bloom. For a long time, it wasn't healthy enough to bloom. So I don't know. Maybe we'll figure it out someday, for sure. Then over there is my Hoya Ganungading. Ganungading. I'm not sure how you say it. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be offensive. I just pronunciation is not my strong suit. It is finally growing again. We put it in soil and in systemics because the root mealies just would not stop. They would not leave it alone. I'm looking for the there's like new growth down at the bottom somewhere. Plus also it's shot off this, which is new. It's got there we go, little teeny new leaf growing there. This is new. It is hardened off and it is smaller, but I don't care, it's growing. It's growing. That one there is another one from Miles. It's been a good grower. Got that in a trade from him, thank you. I think he said it's like, kind of like an Australis type, but it's fuzzy. It's fuzzy. It's really cute. It's been a good grower so far, I really like it. It's slowed down a little bit since I've taken it out of the humidity in the cabinet, but overall it's still going. Still going, still adorable, I still like it. This guy here, kind of sitting on the floor, this has been on here a minute and it has not sized up. Like, I don't know, maybe I guess it has a little bit, huh? Like from that leaf to this leaf, maybe? Slight, it's slight. Speak Jen. It is grabbing the pole. I think there's 2 climbing up right now. Yeah, it looks like 2. But yeah, you can see, maybe, there we go. It does have roots. They both have roots going into the moss there. I'm not sure if this is like the meringue or global green or, you know, what it is. but it's a pothos, and I do like pothos quite a bit. They're just easy. If you want a no-stress plant, get a pothos, right? So it's doing good. It's doing good. I didn't do that on the channel, but I did it. Then, speaking of moss poles, we'll just look at them since we're here. This is that Monstera Esqueleto. I just put it on here, I don't know, a few days ago now. I did cut it because it would have been off the top of the pole already, so I cut it there, and we stuck it on here. And hopefully, you know, the new growth will root. It actually had some aerial roots that may or may not have made contact with the moss down lower. I tried. I guess it does kind of look different than my other ones. It's those mid-rib fenestrations. I was saying, I think when I hauled it, that it looks just like every other holy viney monstera I have, but maybe not. I don't know. I'd like to see what it turns into. Then its neighbor here, because as I said, I really do like pothos. This is a Baltic blue pothos, which kind of looks like a train wreck because I just put it on here. I think you can see this leaf here. Maybe that shows it. But yeah, I just stuck it on here a few days ago. So it's not really doing anything yet. It's adjusting. It's figuring its life out. But I do like this pothos a lot. I've had it for years, but I've just had it trailing. So now we'll see what it looks like climbing, I guess. Sorry, I tried to grab the lens. My bad. Oh, its neighbor. It's so bad. It's so bad. This poor thing. This is, what is it? I don't even know. Clarinervium X Pterodactyl X Magnificum. And it was doing great until it wasn't. You could probably tell what happened by looking at it. Spider mites, maybe, comes to mind. It was definitely spider mites, actually. But yeah, so it's been treated. It seems to be doing much better now as far as that goes. Like this, it was such a beautiful plant. It really, really was. It's been underwatered. So it was basically planted in bark, which I didn't plant it in. I don't know where all the soil went, but it went. We have new growth down there. It's working on it. And I just recently stuck it in pond, so it might throw more of a fit before it gets better, but I'm growing it in pond from now on, or I'm just not growing it. It just dries out like nobody's business, or it was. It's just been neglected. It's not the plant's fault, it's my fault. And then its friend, Potato radiatum over here. That one's okay, but I did cut a lot of the foliage off. So we're growing a new leaf now. We're growing a new leaf now. That's not ready to come off yet. I wait until these kind of are ready to come off on their own, and then I just snap them off. But anyway, yeah, it's putting out a new leaf, so that's cute. I thought about getting this one in Pawn or Leca too, but I haven't. It's pretty. Spider mites love it. I love it too. Then up here, this plant, it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Schismetaglottis, I guess is how you say it. And look at the damage. Once again, this is one I found at Lowe's on the half dead rack. This is actually significantly larger and significantly better. It came with free thrips and free spider mites. I've just recently moved it in here because it's actually doing okay now. I mean, I guess you can see the new growth there, undamaged down in there. I love the way this plant looks, but I had no idea that thrips and spider mites would love it more than me. Spider mites continue to be a thing, of course, but the thrips, I'm pretty sure they're gone. Otherwise, I'm going to hate my life. I think they're gone. But yeah, so it's been treated and it's finally just moved out here with the rest of the plants. It's actually very sticky. I left a nice coating of oil on there. Neem oil, I believe I used on it for the spider mites. But anyway, it's doing okay now. Let's hope it stays that way, or I'll have to go put it back in timeout. This right here was also a Syngonium in a jar. I guess it's Three Kings. I don't know, it was, somebody gave it to me. But it's pretty. It was in leca, I've moved it to pond because it had no roots. I've chopped the roots up. I got rid of most of the roots that the original plant had, and it was just one long vine coming out. I've cut it into 3 or 4, it looks like. Oh, 3 or 4 it looks like, and stuck it in there. So hopefully that does okay. It looks alright so far. It doesn't look like it's too traumatized by me chopping it up, except for maybe this weirdness down here. I'm assuming it's just crunched up like that, the growth that's trying to come out, because it doesn't have any roots, so it's like struggling to hydrate, I assume. I don't know. I'm not a pro. That guy back there, that's Hoya Silver Dollar. It also had the root mealies. That gigantic leaf there, that's new. And that little vine coming off there is new. So maybe we've got that plant sorted out. I don't know. If it stops growing, I'll uproot it again and we'll figure it out. Because I do like that plant. I do want it to grow. I'm probably going to propagate this original vine that's back there, kind of growing up the wall. It's died off at the end there. But yeah, I'm probably going to propagate that just because insurance. One of the Colocasia, I think it's Waikiki. It's doing okay. It's actually unblemished by spider mite damage. That is bizarre. Not a single spider mite on there, for now. The cabinet where currently many Alocasia are living, and doing very well, actually. I'm happy. Let's look at some. That is more of the Hilo Beauty back there. It was just a chunk, so it sent up this little baby and that little baby. That there was the same thing, but they died. They didn't like it. The Alocasia Dawn, that's doing really good. That's doing really, really good. So pretty. This is the newest leaf here. If I can keep spider mites off of it, it looks like it might have a little bit of something going on. Behind that is the, I think it's Colocasia, maybe? Buddha's hands or Buddha's palm. I like that. Right next to it, that's another reverted Monstera. That was an alba. You can see the white stripe on the chunk down there. The Epishka, it seems to be doing really well. It likes the cabinet, enjoying the humidity. Sorry, my big knuckle in the way. It's actually much perkier since I brought it home, so that's good. It was kind of really floppy looking, I think, when I first hauled it. Bambino there. Is that Bisma? I can never remember which one's which. I think that's Bisma. It's doing pretty good. Once again, I think I burnt it a little bit. That leaf there just died, but I think I burnt it. Down there, that's the Pink Princess. So pretty. My Jacqueline, adjusting pretty well to the pond. That's the first new leaf since it's been converted. The other leaf, I cut it off because it was just looking ragged. That's Mellow and, what's the other one? Mellow and Maharani. I believe this is the Maharani, this is the Mellow. There is a slight difference in color there. Hoya lacanosa, just enjoying life in the cabinet. It's got lots of new growth currently. It doesn't really need to be in the cabinet, but it likes it, and I don't want to hurt its feelings by snatching it out of there, I guess. I don't know. Down there, my dead stick, still looking like a dead stick. It's still growing, but yeah, it looks like a dead stick. More of the Hoya Matilde there. I don't know what any of these are, but they're not doing great. They're not doing great, clearly. I think this was like subpinnata or something. I'm not sure, but none of them are happy. I took them out of the moss that they were in. Does it have any water? Well, that might be part of the reason why they're unhappy. They're pretty dry. They were propagating in moss for a very long time, and I just stuck them in pond. They're not necessarily in love with that. The variegated Hornia, it's doing all right. It needs a repot. It dries so fast, it's never really as firm as it should be. Then down here, my black velvet is finally giving me a new leaf. Finally. Took a while. Is that Quilted Dreams? I'm not sure, but I find myself staring at this alocasia just like practically drooling quite a lot. I want to say it's Quilted Dreams. So pretty. It's gorgeous. And then the Dragon's Breath, it's doing really good. Or they're both doing very good. I guess there's two in here. That's a new leaf, and that's a new leaf, side by side. So that's doing good. I love that. That's beautiful. It is beautiful. I was just talking about another begonia not too long ago and saying how easy that begonia was. It's not this one. This one here is pretty dramatic. Like, it wants water every day. Every day. I'm definitely going to watering it as much as I am. It's the one that grows the weird little leaf set of the leaves, which I do like. I mean, it's got lots of new growth down in there, and I did repot it thinking that, oh, okay, you know, it just needs more room to spread its roots. Like, it's got some crazy new growth coming in on it right now. See there? But it's a water hog. It's starting to look limp, and I just watered it, I want to say yesterday morning. Like, the soil is wet. The soil is wet. And it's starting to look dramatic. I don't know what's going on with it, but I am going to try to propagate a piece of it, because maybe it just doesn't have a great root system down in there. I didn't really disturb them. I just plunked it in a slightly larger pot. So I don't know. My Columbia, it's just kind of chilling here. It's not really growing at the moment. I had it isolated because I saw some spots, and I wasn't sure if this was, you know, a me thing or just something the plant was doing, conditions, you know. So, but it's okay. So we've moved it back in here. It doesn't seem to have any issues, but it's not really growing right now. It's not really getting great conditions either. I probably should put it back out in the greenhouse now. I probably will, because it's not enthusiastic in here. I think that might be most of what was going on in here, so I guess we'll go out and run through the greenhouse real quick. We'll see what's going on out there, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, I had to come out here to show you all this. This is my little, it's not really full shade, like you can see, there's sun out there, but there's shade back here. It's noon before the shade starts to reach this. Basically, I have hostas, some, I don't know if it's Heuchera or Euchera, I don't know how you pronounce that. Coral bells, elephant ears, ferns, and I kind of kid around a lot. I say this is where houseplants go to die. So I've got Xanthosoma, some reverted green syngonium I'm gonna plant here, some other, I think this is black, Colocasia black something or other. Why can I not remember? And one of the Colocasia Waikiki or Tropical Storm, I'm not sure which or what the difference is. But anyway, I say this is where houseplants go to die because I plant reverted plants out here, Monstera, Syngonium, whatever, just because it looks cool for the season. But then some things just don't die. These ones here don't blow my mind so much. This is, they call it China doll, I think, maybe. I'm not sure. It dies back to the ground every year, and then it comes back. So this is new growth just from this year. It's only about a foot tall, but it's cute. It was purchased in the houseplant section. This fern, whatever it is, dies back to the ground, comes back every year. It's lovely. These guys, which is no surprise, I'm in zone 8A also, by the way. That's cute. But what really surprised me is around this side. This is Monstera. It was a reverted Monstera that I planted out here. Not that it looks good, but it was gone. There was no sign of it. And now it's got, like you can see where it was last year, the little branchy bit, maybe, if I hide from the light. There we go. So it was a reverted Monstera albo that I stuck out here. I'm so surprised that it came back. I just noticed it. Had no idea that it was there. That's crazy. This is also where the vinca is trying to take over the yard. I just keep cutting it back and ripping it back. Like, I don't care if it wants to go ham here, but also English ivy is in here. Right there, maybe you can see it, it's a variegated English ivy. And I do the same with that. If I notice it wandering, I just keep ripping it back because I'll never completely get rid of it. There's more there. It's trying to escape. It's trying. But yeah, that blew my mind that right down in there is a little monstera that came back after winter. Had no idea. That might be the first one I've ever planted outside. But there's more to come because I have a lot of reverted monstera, whether they were aria or albo. If it's reverted, it's probably going out here. The syngonium didn't come back. I did plant syngonium out here as well, and it did not come back. It was somewhere over in here near this hosta, and I see no signs of it. So, yeah, crazy. Oh, look, there's one of those little black colocasias coming back right there. That's cute. It was slower than the green one. See if I can't give you some updates in the greenhouse while I'm out here. This is the newest leaf on the Philodendron giganteum. It's enormous. I'm gonna say it's probably 2 feet, maybe just over. It's a big leaf. The Philodendron glorious is doing pretty good. That's the new leaf there. No pesty damage. That one has pesty damage, but the new leaf's holding up well. Pretty good so far. You'll notice a lot of empty spaces. It's missing philodendrons. Not much I can do about that. So, I mean, I guess I could try to replace them, but I want to make sure I have everything under control before I do that. The Florida Beauty is still there. Still looking pretty good, as it should. Yay. My Anthurium clarinervium back here, like, that's just put out a really nice leaf. That's a nice one. It's a little wonky, but overall, that's downright seductive. It's got an inflorescence back there leaning up against the side of the greenhouse. And its little baby in there is doing pretty good. It's got a little friend in there with it. Another clarinervium. It's doing good. The Hoya, who is that, Icensis? Yes, Hoya Icensis, it's growing, it's doing pretty good. I think it's got, I believe that's going to be a little peduncle there. So that'll be the first one I've seen on this plant. It's cool. Let's hope it gets to flowering. The Jose Bono is still with us. That's a nice leaf on there. That's the newest, most recent leaf on that. That's doing good. No issues with that plant. Yay. Queen of the Night orchid cactus. It's gonna flower again. It's already flowered once this year, and I think today or tomorrow these are gonna open. It's tripled in size this year. This plant easily, like all of this is new. All of this you see sticking off the top is new. It's just went nuts in here. The fernleaf cactus or shark something cactus, whatever it's called, that is going crazy. All of the light green, everything sticking up basically is new, and some of the stuff hanging down. I think I finally picked all the scale off of it. I think. It's got a lot of old damage from scale, but I don't see any new scale, so that might be under control. We hope. We hope. This thing here, it's Cissus quadrangularis. It has gone nuts in the greenhouse. Like, it's probably 4 feet long or so now. Like, it's trailing there. It's grabbed a hold of the shelf. It's hanging out back there, and it's grabbed a hold of that Hoya carrii. It's dangling down. It is just doing the most. It's doing the most. And I really like it. Really like it. With its silly little leaves. Aren't you cute? It's so cute. So yeah, that really likes it outside apparently. The heat and humidity have not hurt its feelings, not one bit. Down there, that's the Amedrium medium silver. And it's been giving me nice sized leaves, but oh, our first little fenestrated leaf. That's so cute. It's so cute. Excited about that. Yay, no runners. Knock on everything. the Hoyas in here have gone nuts. They're going crazy. This here recently flowered, that's Kentiana or Wayeti, and you can see some die-off in there. I don't overly worry about that because it also has a ton of new growth, so not freaking out or anything. But yeah, that recently flowered. If I can find a picture, I'll stick it in. But yeah, it's got lots of new growth, so we're happy about that. Because it had a lot more die-off than what you see currently in the winter. I struggle with this particular Hoya in the winter. There's a couple I struggle with, actually. This is one, Pachycleta is another. Is that Pachycleta? That's the one I'm talking about, though. I think that's Pachycleta. But yeah, I struggle with her a bit in the winter, too, with dying back quite a bit. Look at the wasp. Ugh. But anyway, yeah, wasps are still a thing I'm struggling with. The dogtail cactus, that one's doing fantastic. It exploded with a lot of new growth. It's probably also more than doubled in size just in the last month. This Hoya here, oops, sorry for the shaky camera work. This Hoya here, I'm not sure what it is, but it's going off. I believe it's just a green carnosa. It has flowered. It's got peduncles kind of everywhere. It's up in the, it's like grown into the greenhouse door, like the track for the door and up into the ceiling there, or the support. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we have new growth. This is all new growth. Very pretty, very pretty. And it's spitting out a new peduncle there. Has some existing peduncles. You can see one maybe there, and then back there, up there. This one actually hasn't flowered yet this year. It had a some sort of fern in it. You can see a frond there. You can see some dying off. It's just gotten too hot and too dry out here for the fern, I think, to keep making it. It'll be back though. I just left it in there. It's a cool little hitchhiker. It's cool. My Atabapoense is still with us, for which I am most thankful, because I really do like that plant. That lighter colored leaf there is the new one. And it's still not really grabbing that pole. It's like, maybe you can kind of see the stem down there. It's just kind of wandered away from the pole, crawling around looking for the light. It's fine. It's fine. I will probably work harder to get it to grab the pole when it starts reaching the top of the one it's currently on, you know, when I have to think about cutting it in the future. So that's when I'll do that. And I don't know why it won't grab, because it puts out magnificent aerial roots and adventitious roots. They just all go the other way. So, I don't know, go figure. Still a nice plant though. I still love it. Don't look at my green pond water. This was the base of the Florida Beauty when I cut it to propagate it. It came back and it's magnificent. It's lovely. So I've just been letting it grow. Just been letting it grow. This Hoya here, I've complained about it so much in the past. It's Finlaysonii. I couldn't tell you which particular Finlaysonii, but it was a struggle. It didn't grow for ages, and now it's just kind of taking off. It's really trying to take over the greenhouse. This is all new. That's such a nice leaf. That's a good one. And it's going over here. It's got a little peduncle right there, so we might actually get to see it flower. That'd be cool. It's going back around and into the Syngonium Winlandii back there, and then this one is kind of coming over here and growing into the pole, unfortunately, of this pink princess, and I don't know, it's also making a move back there. So the vines are going off. They're going off, but it's very pretty. It's very pretty. I'm glad it's, you know, growing finally, so, because it was a struggle for a while for me with this plant. What helped? I don't know. I don't know. I sprayed it every day, probably for 3 weeks, every single day. How I didn't kill the plant, I couldn't tell you. Trying to get it to do something. So mostly what's left out here is doing pretty good. I'm happy about that. That's the Summer Glory. Summer Glory is doing pretty good, even with its little dead beetle. But yeah, anything that wasn't affected by whether it was bacteria or fungus, I don't know, is okay. It's kind of a huge mess in here right now, but I really went through and looked at every single plant. I've done like a soil flush with a fungicide, It said that you could do that on the packaging, and I was like, yeah, that's a great idea, let's do that. Look at this majestic, this little bitty thing. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love that plant. I'm afraid of spiders on it, but I love it. It's very pretty. Anyway, so things are doing pretty good out here. And like I said, I'm not 100%, I'm not going to swear that I've got everything under control. I certainly don't have the mess cleaned up. But, you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. The plants that are doing good are doing really, really good. So I'll take it. I'll take it. I forgot to mention this Syngonium albo that grew back. Isn't that weird looking? It's pretty though. That's pretty. That Hoya pubicalyx, I'll mention that because I'm still out here. That's massive. That's probably every bit of 2 feet wide at this point. And it's tangled with everything. It's tangled with its neighbor, which is Pentaphlebia, kind of back there. Maybe you can see it. It's also tangled with this, which is the Madagascar jasmine, variegated Madagascar jasmine. They've grown into each other. That's some of the, right up there, some of the Madagascar jasmine touching the roof of the greenhouse. It's made its way through that Hoya. So I don't know how to propagate that, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to cut them apart. And I will try to propagate the jasmine if I can figure it out. I'm going to assume it's going to be like many other viney plants. I don't know. I'll Google it. But anyway, yeah, that Hoya it's gone insane. It really has. Pubicalyx, did I say what it was? It's like 2 different ones in there. And they've just gone nuts. Gone nuts. I mean, it was already a pretty massive Hoya, but oh, it's dense. It is so dense. I can't even, like, I definitely can't see it on the camera, the trellis, but there's one under there. I can't see it with my eyes either. It's insane. I still don't see any peduncles on it though. I was kind of like looking around the other day. Still none. Still none. I don't know. Is this just one that's picky about flowering? It's very nice. It's a very nice plant. I don't know. So what'd you think? Some good, some bad, some that's just kind of neutral. I don't know. Overall, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the way things are going. Still have some things that are kind of challenging. Other things are just easy peasy and going nuts with little to no interference from me. So I don't know. I don't know. Go figure, right? Anyway, I've got, I just got a VR headset. It's the MetaQuest 2 or something. So it's an older one, but it was in my price range. So I got that and I'm going to go play with it. I love watching YouTube videos on it. It's like being in the theater. It's very cool. I haven't actually played a single game or anything like that on it yet. I've just been watching YouTube videos. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me, and come back and check me out again soon. Bye.